Thank you, Dean.
Minutes from the January 21st, 2014 meeting.
I had one change early this morning for Nancy, just a deletion. Yeah. Commission board.
Okay.
As I talked to her earlier, maybe she fixed it.
All right. What time did you talk to her? Okay. I'll make a motion. Or do you want to make a motion?
Yeah, just put that one word deleted.
As amended. I'll second. John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Okay. Take that. Correct. Okay. And no guest speakers tonight. Scheduled reports. Frank Kitko, zoning inspector.
Okay, you should all have copies of January's activities. We processed 8 applications. It's spread out there. You see 2 new houses, 2 temporary signs that go with those 2 new houses. The 2 others in residential are demolition. You'll probably be seeing this activity. One of them is over on the Blueberry Farm there on Franks Road. They're going to tear that house down and rebuild it. And then up here on East Washington, I don't know the people's name, but they have it's not the house, but this accessory building behind the house with the blue tarp that's been there. They're going to tear that down. And then we did have one in the last year by Ralph Mays there. So we're having some activity there, but that's about it. A lot of inquiries about property. I don't understand. Some people are calling. Some of inquiring about the commercial down there at the corner. So maybe we'll see some activity this summer. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Right. Well, while we got you on the hook, Frank, you want to discuss permit fees?
We also put together the fee schedule or the fees for this year, and actually we only made, there's one new one there, the expansion of a driveway or installation of a second driveway, $75. That wasn't in there before, and then on single-family dwellings we went from $300 to $325, and then we did add a new category there where the accessory building is 800 square feet and over for $300, and kept the under 800 square feet down a little bit there. And then swimming pools, we raised that. And part of the reason we did that, because that involves, believe it or not, guys, sometimes 3 inspections. Because they inspect when they lay it out and start digging, and then subsequently we inspect to make sure that the temporary fence during the phase of construction has been put up and in good condition. And then there's usually a follow-up inspection to make sure that the permanent fence is installed and meets the code, and with the self-latching gates and so forth. So we thought maybe we should bump that up a little bit. And then fences we went from 25 to 30. And the rest of them we've kept the same.
Does driveway expansion, does that work in cross compliance with like land development activities?
Yes.
You don't have to get 2 permits for
No,
that.
no, it helps to explain that. But what we've been finding is people have been putting second driveway in our zoning code. It says that you can have 2 driveways, but they must be 50 feet apart. And so, put that in there, then we can catch that. And also with the new parking requirement now, all parking must be 15 feet from property lines, and all driveways must be at least 10 feet from all property lines. It does add a little bit to it. And soil and water, or not soil and water, excuse me, the engineer's office has been real good because in new construction, when you go to get a permit, you have to get it from the engineer's office. And they've been putting on their subject to zoning, Auburn zoning approval, because with our riparian and so forth, we don't want driveways, getting into stream beds and cross without proper notification or proper, some of them they have to cross, and they involve going to the Army Corps of Engineers to get a wetlands delineation done and permission to cross that area. So that's, other than that, Emmerich, you still get saddled with doing some of the inspections on those culverts, don't you? Yeah.
Hey Frank, will there be in the column for construction started before permit issued in the 800 and over category? Will we have 300 for the permit?
Yeah, it'll be the same. Yeah.
It's going to be 300, not 350, or?
Yeah, so that should be 350. Yeah, because usually we had $50 to do it out.
We'll amend that to add the 350.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Comments?
I don't see any problem with it.
Okay. I will make a motion to accept the zoning permit application fees effective February 1st, 2014. Again, as written, with the addition of $350 for the accessory buildings, 800 square foot and over. The construction started before a permit issued, $350.
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Okay, and continuing scheduled reports. Amber Gordon.
Okay, Auburn Township Road Department report for January 2014. Can you say snow? Can you? Yes, I can. Okay. The majority of the month was spent providing snow and ice removal and maintaining the equipment. There were 24 rounds of plowing and salting that utilized 687 tons of de-icing materials. That equates to 28.65 tons per round. What we're seeing this season, and I'm hearing it's going to be a continuation, is more than the average amount of events, not necessarily the volume of snow. And no matter if it's an inch of snow or 10 inches, I'm putting the same amount of salt down. And that's what we had more than average. We had the one in October and more than average in November and December. And everybody's feeling the same pinch we are. I do have 300 tons in stock right now in the film. Coal patching was done on Taylor May 1 and 2 and East Washington, and we did use a total of 1 ton material there. I still have roughly 5.5 tons left of the stock we purchased in the fall for the winter. We did do a small ditching project in the Auburn Glen subdivision, which was needed to open the end of a cross culvert pipe running under the road, which was causing the water to crest on the other side of the ditch. And we had a call from a resident, and actually he had emailed me, and we went out there, opened it up, and he did email back saying thank you. We had 1 full interment and 1 urn burial for the month. And as of now, we're not doing the footers. I have 2 footers to do, which will happen in the spring. Planning and preparation has begun for 2014's road projects and the continued development of the Auburn Community Park. Right now, with what we're anticipating, with the amount of road work that I have to do, and also with the park, we're going to jump on the planning there and make sure that everything goes smooth through the spring into the summer months. The only thing we're hoping is we're going to have a lot of inclement weather to deal with there. Once again, we are going to do the 150 south, 150 west, and get that path in up. That's all I got.
Thank you, Emmerich. Any questions for Emmerich?
Yeah, Emmerich, how many tons of salt or de-icing material did you say you used?
687 for January.
687.
87, yeah. Average runs about 653.
Okay.
So we're just a hair over for January. It was December and November, which really ran up the totals.
Just one more thing for, how many routes? 5 routes? And the average route takes?
Depending on the snow, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3, 2 to 3.5 if we have a whole lot of snow.
So on a full-on event, you could go 3 hours between seeing a snowplow.
Right, and if it's snowing an inch an hour, you're going to have 3 inches in your road until we get back there. So I'm anticipating a lot more plowing this event coming up Wednesday than salting. So
you haven't figured out how to be 2 places at once yet?
Not yet, sir.
We're good, but we're not that good today.
When that happens, I'll let you know.
Actually, it's a little more than that because
know.
you do have to go back and reload.
Correct.
And it is difficult to just plow forever.
Right, well, what I do allow the guys to do is we have a big snow and we're around the routes a couple times, you come in, reload, take 15, 20 off, and then go back out and hit them.
So a route is exactly that. It's a route. It has a start and a finish.
Yeah.
And
Actually, what
there are various points during that route.
Yeah, actually what we do, PJs, we're situated here, centrally located. I divided it into quadrants. We actually radiate outward from the center here and work our way out to the outer boundaries. That way we have the least amount of deadhead driving, trying to go all the way out and tackle something and come back. So.
Thank you, Emmer. Reports, Mr. Everly.
Well, since we're talking about salt, we did bring in 125 tons after that we brought in, and we didn't want to ever run into a situation where we ran out. And so, not being a complete psychic, I think we need to order some more salt. And we did put in a requisition here to bring in 400 more tons. And if all goes well, that could carry us to the end. But some of our brethren right now are completely out of salt, so I think we're in good shape for that. But I'd like to make a motion to get 400 more tons.
I'll second that. Yeah, we're committed to make the purchase.
Yeah,
We're
it's
certainly going to use it. So.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere, but maybe that'll ward off the snow.
Based on averages and what I have currently in the dome, and the average for February was 585 tons. Coupled with this, and looking into March, which can be anywhere up to 200 tons that we use. Never gone too much more than that. That should carry us out as long as Mother Nature complies. February averages 14 minutes.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. We did go up. We had that meeting with the engineer's office. We presented the roads at the last meeting for the chip seal and for the paving projects for 2014. We did get from the engineer's office the resolutions of convenience and necessity, and if there's no objections to the roads we've listed, I'd like to entertain that, pass that resolution. You want it would probably be resolution 1401 2.
Do they have separate ones there?
Yeah, there's one for the chip seal, and there'll be one for the paving. So we'll start with
The next one. It's crazy.
How does that work anyway? Okay. First resolution is going to be resolution of convenience and necessity for the resurfacing of various roads, Auburn Township, Johnson County, Ohio. Whereas the Auburn Township Board of Trustees has determined that the public convenience and welfare require the improvement of Section E of Stafford Road, TR 187, and the entire lengths of Marydale Drive, TR 883, Ann Lane, TR 890, Victoria Drive, TR 899, Orange Lane, TR 970, and to authorize the Geauga County engineer to prepare engineering plans in accordance with sections 5573.01 of the Ohio Revised Code. Now, therefore, be it resolved by a unanimous vote of the Auburn Township Board of Trustees that the public convenience and welfare requires the improvements of Stafford Road, TR 187, from Auburn Road, CH4 to Messenger Road, CH31, Marydale, TR 883, and TR 890, Victoria, TR 899, and Orange Lane, TR 970, in Auburn Township, Geauga County, Ohio, by replacing and repairing culverts, asphalt surfacing the roadway, reconstructing shoulders, and related improvements as necessary. Be it further resolved that the Geauga County engineer is hereby directed to make such surveys, plans, profiles, cross-sections, estimates, and specifications as are required for the improvement, and to transmit copies of the same to this board. Be it further resolved that the costs and expenses of said improvement shall be apportioned as follows. The right-of-way costs, if any, and the construction costs for the project shall be paid from local funding sources. The engineering will be provided by the Geauga County engineer at no cost to the township. Be it further resolved that the physical officer of Auburn Township Board of Trustees is hereby instructed to transmit a certified copy of this resolution to the Geauga County engineer.
Motion to adopt that, right? Is that what that was? Yes, sir. I'll second that motion.
John?
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, this is going to be Resolution 1403. Resolution of convenience and necessity for the chip seal of various roads, Auburn Township, Geauga County, Ohio. Whereas the Auburn Township Board of Trustees has determined that the public convenience and welfare require the improvement of Section D of Bartholomew Road, TR 195, Sections A and B of Thorpe Road, TR 197, and to authorize the Geauga County engineer to prepare engineering plans in accordance with Section 5573.01 of the Ohio Revised Code. Now, therefore, it be resolved by unanimous vote of the Auburn Township Board of Trustees that the public convenience and welfare requires the improvement of Bartholomew Road, TR 195, from Auburn Road, CH4 to Ravenna Road, SR 44, and Thorpe Road, TR 197, Crackle Road, TR 269, to Taylor May Road, TR 186, in the Township of Auburn, County of Geauga, and State of Ohio, by the application of chip seal surfaces as necessary. Be it further resolved that the Geauga County engineer is hereby directed to make sure surveys, plans, profiles, cross-sections, estimates, and specifications are required for the improvement, and to transmit copies of same to this board. Be it further resolved that the costs and expenses of said project shall be apportioned as follows. The right-of-way costs, if any, and the construction costs for the project shall be paid from local funding sources. The engineering will be provided by the Geauga County engineer at no cost to the township. Be it further resolved that the fiscal officer of the Auburn Township Board of Trustees is hereby instructed to transmit a certified copy of this resolution to the Geauga County Engineer.
I'll second.
Yes.
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 So we will get these back up to the engineers, and that will start the ball rolling to go out for bids for our paving and our chip seal projects this year. Hopefully we will get some favorable numbers since we're early in the year.
Are we first?
We had a little bit of discussion here with KCE, I guess middle of last week, just kind of, going over, as Emma was saying, the projects which we approved, which is the Woods Walking Trail. So we'll be working on that. There's going to be also a little bit of finished work to do when spring comes around the building. So that'll kind of clean that thing up. And so, we were kind of kicking around too. We kind of were talking about doing maybe a tree fundraising program. Or maybe a walking trail that would go north-south in the middle of the fields, of the big main field.
Tree fundraising.
Well, where you would sell a tree.
Like baby trees we're going to plant out there or something? I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
And we do know this, that small trees around here grow into be large trees very quickly, especially if they're in a ditch.
We used to plant little trees at the cemetery. They just turn into big trees.
So anyway, that's kind of just was in the discussion stage. And, if somebody has any ideas, want to kick them forward, maybe we can run them around with KCE. There's, going to be the expansion of the grassy area in a kind of an L shape, like to go 100 feet west and 100 feet south of the existing grass. And so we do also have the poles and whatnot for that baseball backstop. So maybe at that same time, there's been some people that have come forward and said they'd like to see us move a little faster with that baseball field, and they're willing to donate some, time and money to that. So I think that's something that might be coming up.
Yeah, because that backstop's complete. We don't have to, any additional parts we have to purchase?
Well, I think you just need some, don't you need some fencing still that goes
Maybe the chain link, yeah.
Some chain link that goes on it. But the poles and everything are, they're all cleaned off and they're pretty much ready to install again. And then one other thing that we were talking about, we've talked about this and we did, kind of the year ran out last year, but we talked about taking the parking lot and going north a third, essentially duplicating what we did there. And that would give us, if it was organized, probably 80 cars. We had easily 60 cars in there, in a hodgepodge mess there for a few hours, but
Yeah, that was never the complete parking lot.
Right.
That was just what we got.
It was staging area.
Yes, the front one and stuff.
So, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe we should contact Buckeye who put that in for us and see if we could get on their schedule to do that
We always knew we were going to need more. That was so we could get underway and unload a truck.
Well,
turn
we
a
needed
truck
some
around,
spot
yeah.
that was dried exactly.
Anything at 80 spaces.
I think I'd give you a good 80 spaces, Mike. That's a lot.
Yeah, not to throw cold water on that, but that's also the point where we got to talk to Soil and Water about that drainage situation too. They're going to want to prove that.
Well, the parking lot's on the drawings already.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we haven't put anything in, any catch basins in with that staging area, and because I remember the conversation I had with her, I said we need some place to unload a truck so we can do some things. So we're going to have to get back, get her back in the loop.
Catch basins that are going to be really necessary to you.
Everything's pitched to the north right now, the way that that first section's put in, and it runs to the ditch. The way that Dave and I had chased it with the transit there, it would run to the north. What we were initially talking about to the south to be a little retention area. And
these people like to be included in these
yeah,
conversations.
so that would be on the south side, and they were talking about retaining it there and then sending it actually to the east, to that natural wood area there.
Like, look at this zoning guy over here. He charges $50 extra if construction started before permit issued. So, same concept.
I think we just get a drawing of what we're
Yeah,
planning.
I think she probably already has it. I think we'll just call her.
Have approved the drawing.
Get back to it.
You know,
Didn't do the whole thing.
well, just hit her up front, give her a call.
Yeah.
This is what we want to do. What do you need us to
I
do?
mean, we
Just
pretty
give
much
her-
get a letter from her every week, so
Oh, I know.
I don't know if it's Christmas or what, but so I think we'll look into that. Be a springtime thing. So that's all I have.
Okay, PJ.
A couple things. You've got some the updated rental agreements for Town Hall and Adam Hall with a little bit of changes on the Town Hall one there. Maybe look them over. And we've added this email contact list for township updates with a blurb at the bottom to check off if you want to receive those. And along those lines, a little more research. The 3-month trial offer with allows you to collect email addresses and send out notifications. You're limited to 10 emails, and we have more than that now. So what we're looking at, and once again, this is an attempt to get information out to people if they want to receive it this way. If the response is good, we'll continue on. And if there's no response, then we won't continue on. But program from Constant Contact, Built database collecting emails, and send mass emails unlimited. And that is at $126 per year, essentially $10 a month. $150.
So it's not thousands of dollars?
No, it's not. Well, some places that's how they do math, but in the real world, it's about $10.50 a month. So, like I said, as a trial, see if it works. I'm going to make a motion. We go with that basic program at that limited cost.
I'll second that.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Yes.
There was a Time Warner thing. You got that on your list, probably, Mike.
If you got it, you can spit it up. I've got it, but it's right on the...
Yeah. This would be, I'm sure, cable fees from Time Warner in the amount of $3,941.71. Make a motion to move that into Land Acquisition and Improvement Fund.
I'll second that. Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Yes.
And one last thing, CAUV, current agricultural use values, renewal applications are out. And, of course, we have some land up here still being farmed. It was last year anyhow. And, of course, the questions you're answering is on last year's. So I filled that out. We included the same note in that we are still awaiting a tax exemption from the state of Ohio. Should we be chasing this again? Seems like last year about this time we did. Make a phone call, see what's going on there. These are notoriously slow. Fred, if you want to get with Nancy, maybe work a letter up to that agency and see if we can get a response.
This is for the park property.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Like I say, it's long known to be a slow process. So
Sometimes it'll be a year turnaround to reflect on the record even. So
To go back in time, I think when we did Adam Hall, it was several years,
yes,
3
it
years.
was.
Teaching
It was.
Yeah.
okay, we'll get a hold of.
Just to let them know we're still paying attention. So. Any consideration of any farming up there this year?
Well, I think we need to do the noxious weed control again.
Outside of the area we intend to seed.
Probably about 10.
It's probably dropping to about 10 acres down there.
10 to 15 PG. I'm thinking if the whole thing is a 30.
I'll have her get that. We'll get the maps back out.
You're talking less than 100-foot swatch that you're expanding?
Yeah.
I'll have her get those maps back out and put them on the table here. If you could stop by, and we'll all look at what we intend to get to this year and let an interested farmer know what's left. That's it.
Okay, Fred.
Too much to report. We have warrants issued in front of you, 1438 through 1456, in the amount of $29,891.85. You have standard reports in front of you: revenue status report, fund status report, and appropriation status report. There's a lot of POs, a lot of blanket certificates coming out. It's the beginning of the year. We're eliminating the ones that were appropriated last year, get rid of those encumbrances. Those will be more and more coming soon. And hopefully we'll be able to do final appropriations soon and get off of this temporary appropriation schedule that we're on. Because right with the road department's one example, and then we've got some other bills coming in that are blowing our temporary appropriations pretty quickly. So hopefully get that done in the next couple of weeks.
That might be next week, Cameron, to get that solved.
Well, I'll find out. It'll start trickling in the end of this week. I'm anticipating. Depends who my carrier is. Again, they switched around. They went from Arms to Ontario because Arms was dealing with the counties, 40,000 tons. I could find out though tomorrow.
Yeah, we budgeted for basically like 2 months to carry us through the temporary period, and as usual, there's just stuff that comes up. So that's all I have.
Okay. All right, new business, old business, the email program you covered. PJ, thank you. And new business, 2014 zoning fees. Okay, we got a request from KCE for their $5,000 donation that we give them. Comments?
Yeah, just it's an odd phrase to use as a donation. It's a contract that we have with between Bainbridge and Auburn, and the school's part of it as well. And 1976, I believe, is when the contract was signed, and we've lived up to it ever since. So it's contractually obligated to support this agency to that degree. You can call it donation, you can call it tithe, you can call it whatever you want, but you got to do it. So like I said, it's an odd phrase, but I have no objection to doing it.
Is that a motion to release
Yeah,
the contribution?
a motion to live up to our agreement, yes.
I'll second.
All right, John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Yes.
we need
Which brings us back to what Fred was talking about.
we need a resolution, and this was that number 1 resolution.
Okay.
We need to supplement our appropriations so that we can make this contractual payment. So we have a resolution on the table.
Okay. All right. And this would be Resolution 2014-01 for the amendment of temporary appropriations. And just read it. Board of Trustees of Auburn Township in Geauga County, Ohio, met the regular session on the 3rd day of February 2014 at the Office of the Fiscal Officer with the following members present: Michael S. Troyan, John A. Everly, Patrick J. Kavanaugh. And then we had PJ move for the adoption of the following resolution. Or I'll make the motion. So,
Okay.
Mike Troyan in there. Be resolved by the Board of Trustees of Auburn Township, Geauga County, that to provide for the current expenses and other expenditures of said Board of Trustees during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2014, and until such time as permanent appropriations are adopted, the following sums be and the same are hereby set aside and appropriated for the purpose of donation to Kenston Community Education. You okay with that donation in here, right? Or
Tomato, call whatever you want.
$5,000 to the general fund for which those temporary appropriations already adopted by this board are amended, and expenditures are to be made for and during said fiscal year. As follows: one payment to be executed and made this day of February 3rd, 2014. Do I have a second?
Second.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. You can fill in the blanks. Okay. Otarma Safety Grant. We had applied for that last year and received $500.
Is that like vests and things like that? Is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and man, that was outside the border here, and trip coming in, and a bunch of different things.
So we're going to put in an application for that again because they seem pretty good at it. So I'll make a motion that we apply for the Ohio Public Work Grant through Otarma, safety grant.
Second.
PJ, was that your second?
Yes.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yep.
Mike.
Yes.
Speaking of grants, getting Christmas trees in up there?
Yeah,
Did you?
there's about 30 in the back there right now.
Okay. Good deal.
Okay. And I see that we have 2 cemetery deeds. Okay. Okay. And any public comment?
Yes. This is actually questions about warrant 1438. I'd like to verify the dollar amount on that. And an explanation regarding the Burnham Flowers warrant?
1438 was for $5,000, and the Burnham Flower account was for administration of the health reimbursement account, the HRA account.
Okay, say again, I'm sorry.
The Burnham and Flower payment was for the administration of the HRA accounts.
Okay. Is that pretty standard, that $165 per month, or it comes to
It's by
Burnham and
employee.
Flowers? It's variable, is it not?
It depends on how many employees we have, so. That's
Okay,
how they
and
do
that
it.
varies from month to month?
If we change the number of employees.
Oh. That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Yes, Chief?
It's that time of year again. Pancake breakfast, February 23rd and March 2nd. Look forward to seeing you again, hopefully. I've got flyers up here. Help yourself.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
One of those, I'm going to hang that up to work. Don't forget. Our workers are non-Auburnites, but they still come. Pancakes.
You're welcome. We'll open up.
All right. Going once, going twice. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
John?
Yes.
Yes.